Hey guys, hello to you. Hello, it's LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Thank you for catching me live and also for catching the replay. Hi Janelle, hey, what's up? Hi guys. Hello Janelle. What's up, Black Girl Calm? Hello to you. Hey. Y'all remember what's happening? Hey. Hello, author Nikki. Hello, welcome. It's LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. As always, I focus on helping entrepreneurs make sense of making money online. This is day number 4 for me. I'm doing 30 days on Scope. Really here to keep you motivated and focused, fired up so that you can maintain your momentum. So, day 4, totally awesome. Let's see if I can get to day 30. Yesterday, we talked about e-courses and information products, things that you can do to price your products and to sell your products. So hopefully you had an opportunity to check that one. Today, I'm talking about sales, how to get people to buy your stuff. I've been waiting for you all morning. Oh, that's so awesome. I usually, well, thus far, it's only been a couple of days, right, since I've been doing these Maintain Your Momentum sessions. I usually do them between 11 and 12, but I had to do a clarity call with one of my clients today, so I had to kind of push it back. So I'm glad that you're here. Like I said, today's topic, we're going to talk about how to get more people to buy your stuff. That's one of the questions that people have been asking me. They have products online. They're looking to sell their products. What's going on? What do they need to do? So I've been talking a lot about marketing and sales. So of course, you know that phrase that pays when you jump into my calls. Hello to you. When you either you're jumping on calls with me or when you're jumping on scopes with me, the phrase that pays. My battery is dying, but wanted to say, hey, I'll check the replay. Awesome. Hey, sweetie, how are you? When I do these sessions, I want to make sure that you are focused and fired up. So drop in that comment box, fire, because that's what it's all about. Focus and firing up your vision so that you're motivated to maintain your momentum online. So let's jump in. Let us jump into the session for today. Yes, I see the fire. Loving it. Lots of fire, lots of focus. So the first thing that I want you to think about today when it comes to getting more people to buy your stuff is what is the stuff that you're trying to sell, okay? So before we jump in, drop in the comment box. Let me know one thing in particular right now that you are trying to sell, because I want that to kind of be your focus product for the conversation we're having today, okay? So I'm gonna be quiet for 2 seconds so y'all can drop in the comment box. Let me know one thing that you are focused on selling right now. Okay, coaching program. Okay, good. Hello, welcome to those of you who are joining. Anyone else? I've got, my mentorship program. This is the Sense Power Circle. So I can definitely speak to, the different strategies that I use to promote my mentorship program online. My body care products, okay, that's a physical product. Me as a brand, speaking, and my author services. I'm thinking about webinars, okay? So you want to promote what you want people to buy from you are your webinars, okay? Good. So that's the first thing I want you guys to do. I want you to think about thank you for the hearts, by the way, and the love. I see folks have shared and tweeted it out. I appreciate the support. The first thing that you guys want to think about for yourself is in the conversation of getting more people to buy your stuff, what's one thing in particular that you want to sell? Okay, that's number 1. Now, I'm going to go through 5, okay, skincare, branding myself. Okay, good. Continue to drop those in the little chat section, guys. I'm going to go through 5 core areas that I feel are really, really relevant when we talk about people buying your products and services. So hopefully you have your notepad ready for me, okay? So the first one being repetition, okay? 22-minute hardcore challenge pack. Okay, good. So when you think about that product or service that you're trying to sell right now, the first core area I want you to write down is repetition. repetition. There's a rule in marketing, and it's called the rule of 7. I don't know if you've heard about it. You can say yes or no if you've heard about it before. But the rule of 7 basically says this: it takes people at least 7 times to see and or hear your product before they're motivated to take any type of action, let alone buying that particular product or service, right? So they got to see it a couple of times before they're motivated to act. Okay, so I want you to think about for yourself the rule of 7. Yes. I want you to think about for yourself, whether it be your coaching program, your webinars, your skincare product, your beauty product. If I am, Jane Doe online, in your client circle, how often am I seeing your product? 7 exposures before a close. Absolutely. So if I'm Jane Doe online and I'm in your community, how often am I seeing your product in one way, shape, or form to remind me that it's something relevant that I should take a look at, whether I try it or buy it? Okay. So I want you to think about that for yourself. Repetition. What are you doing to consistently ensure that you are sharing that particular product online? Okay. So drop in the comment box, guys. Let me know, what are some things that you're doing to promote your product? And as you drop in the comment box and tell me those marketing and promotion strategies that you're using right now, I want you to think about for yourself how many times you're doing it, how often you're doing it. How do you do that without being icky? I mean, there are lots of ways to do that without being icky. I mean, truth be told, you look around you every day when I'm driving, I see big old banners. I see them every single time I'm driving, right? Every day I turn on the television and I see the same commercials over and over again, or you hear the same commercials on the, the radio show, or you see people come on and I'm here on Periscope. And what I'm talking about with you guys: fire, 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 maintaining your momentum, fire and focus, the Sister Sense Power Circle. You can repeat yourself. You can verbally or visually consistently repeat yourself without being icky. But you have to not simply, and I like the fact that you said that. I avoid saying buy this from me. Yes, you want to avoid constantly telling people, well, buy it now, right? But I like that you said, how do you do that without being icky? Because a part of the reason why for some people they're having challenges when it comes to people buying their stuff is they're so afraid of being icky. They're so afraid of being the sleazy salesperson that they have no repetition. It's just like, okay, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to sneak it in there. I'm going to try and be as subtle as I can. And hopefully, God, please let somebody buy. But that's not how it works. You have to have repetition. I know y'all are laughing at me right now. You have to have repetition, and it has to be clear repetition. It has to be vocal repetition, so people are excited about what you have. Because if you're timid about it, if you're like, ooh, if I say this, you're going to get annoyed, that's negative thinking, right? So if you're approaching your marketing in a way that you're saying it negative, or somebody says, I don't say buy it, buy, because that sounds icky, right? You have to find positive ways to consistently talk about what you have to offer. Hope is not a strategy. Yes, exactly. Hope is not a strategy. You have to be clear, you have to be intentional, and you have to do it in ways that don't feel icky. Okay. So for me, when it comes to the rule of 7, one of the things that I had to learn is how to strategically talk about my stuff on my website, via my blog, via email, via social media, on an ongoing basis. So the rule of 7 applied. Okay. So yesterday, inside of my Maintain Your Momentum, it was supposed to be a 2-hour intensive, but y'all, it was 3 hours. Real talk. We had a lot of fun last night. It was the kickoff session, right? And so one of the things I talked about is, here are a couple of smart marketing strategies that I am implementing, and I want you to be able to implement the same thing. Okay. So on the rule of 7, I'm going to give you one example of the things that I talked about yesterday. But in the rule of 7, one of the things that I love to do is I love to create challenges. Why? Because it allows me for a very specific tongue-tied. It allows me for a very specific period of time to consistently have the same conversation, valuable conversation with my audience. Okay. So I was actually teaching the ladies yesterday how I put together my 7-day challenge, and, being able to, for 7 days, and it's funny because it goes with the rule of seven, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for 7 days to be able to consistently do that. What state are you in? I'm in North Carolina. I'm a New York girl living in a North Carolina world right now. But yes, you want to be able to think about, how am I in a positive way going to consistently talk about what I do and share my message with the world? Okay, that's important. So if you're not, and I think I saw somebody say boogie down here. What? I think I saw somebody say, they're posting online, they're doing Facebook ads, but how often are you doing that, right? You want to think about that for yourself. So how often are you doing marketing strategies? And if you're not clear on what marketing strategies you should be doing, then you need to research it, and you need to get started yesterday. Okay, that repetition is crucial. It's absolutely crucial. There's no mistake to the things that I do. For example, I say, I do everything with intention. So me being here consistently every single day, that repetition needs to happen. You need to be able to see and hear me on a regular basis, because again, the first time people see you, they're like, okay, this is interesting. Why do I care? Then they see you again. They're like, oh, it's you again, right? And then they see you again, and then they go, oh. They dig deeper, right? I can feel that, right? You can feel the NYC edge, right? I'm a Brooklyn girl, right? So it's always coming out one way or another. So you need to be able to break down that resistance to purchasing what you have by consistently building up that repetitive conversation, okay? So that's the first thing I want you to think about for yourself. What are you doing to market yourself? How often are you doing it? And if Jane Doe, me Jane Doe, is in your circle, am I just seeing your stuff like once every blue moon? Or am I seeing it on a regular basis? Think about this. Spotty activity generates spotty results. Okay? So if the activity, the marketing strategies that you're using are spotty, you're going to get spotty results. They have to be repetitive. Okay. Rule of 7, that's number 1. Take it to heart. You need repetition. Number 2, I want you to think about risk. Okay. I want you to think about risk. How risky do you think it is to purchase what you just told me you're trying to sell? How risky? Obviously, your stuff is great and you're like, well, there is no risk. I'm totally awesome, right? I am totally awesome. Exactly. Spotty activity generates spotty results. Thank you for sharing that. I'm totally awesome. There's no risk, but that's what you think because it's your stuff, right? What do other people think? There are a lot of people, and trust me, I'm a web designer. I know there are a lot of people who have been burnt by web designers. So I get people who, thinking about like abuse victims, I literally get clients who are trying to recover from bad experiences with other service professionals. And so in addition to me just being a support system to them, I have to help them come to terms with the fact that I'm not like the other people they worked with, right? So you have to think about that risk factor and how you're going to eliminate that risk as much as possible, okay? How you're going to eliminate that risk. So let me give you a couple of examples of this, okay? Now, for example, I saw a couple of people say they have beauty products and they have skincare products. First thing that comes to mind for me when it comes to that risk factor, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen Proactive commercials, right? Have you seen Proactive commercials, right? And they'll say, okay, this is perfect for you if you suffer from acne, if you need skincare. Oh, but guess what? You're going to try it out. We're going to give you some small samples. We're going to give you some free samples. You're going to try it out. And if you like it, then boom, we're going to just start to send you Proactive all day, every day. Doom, 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 doom. They alleviate the risk factor by giving people an opportunity to try before they buy. Okay. And that's something that I actually talked about with you guys yesterday. I said, you know what? I'm doing the Maintain Your Momentum 6-week training series, right? I'm doing 6 weeks. And some of y'all, you're new to me, or some of you have seen me, but you haven't bought anything from me yet. So I said, you know what? You can start and do the 2-hour, which turned out to be 3-hour. You can do the 3-hour intensive for $30. So you can try it. You can see how I'm teaching, my style. You can see the things that I want to share with you as far as launching products, looking at your prices, sales, getting clear about what you want to do, how you're going to push your stuff online. $30. Ladies signed up. and they participated. Because at that price point, and I always tell you guys about low price point products, at that $30 price point, folks were like, you know what? I think I could do that. I think I can sign up. I can do the 3 hours. And guess what? Quite a few people who participated for the 3 hours were like, I'm ready for the 6 weeks, right? So you want to think about whatever it is that you're trying to sell right now. Are you giving people a low risk opportunity to try what you have before they buy and make an even larger investment in what you're doing? Okay, so think about, this is not just about what I'm doing, this is about how you apply it to your stuff, right? Okay, so you get exactly what I'm saying, how you apply these strategies to what you're doing right now. What are you trying to sell, and do you have a low risk offer to start off with, right? Because people are resistant. Listen, I will work with clients and they'll come and they'll say, I'm trying to build my credibility. And, people come to me and they ask me all these questions. And I'm like, well, if you want me to answer your question, you got to buy my coaching. And it's $200. And I'm like, well, if the person has never done any coaching with you, it's difficult for them to just go from nothing to a $200 investment without, feeling like there's a high risk in that. So what can you do for them? What can you provide for them at a lower risk to help them, right? Is an introductory price a way to reduce the risk? Absolutely. So one of the things that I actually was doing when I was starting to do coaching calls, well, I shouldn't say coaching because I consider them to be mentor calls. My mentoring, I was doing introductory sessions, not free sessions. Please be clear, not free sessions, because I want to build a list of buyers, people who are actually invested in making a commitment to work with me. But having their being able to, specify that this is an introductory session, and as such, this is the rate that I'm giving to you for that, right? Totally understandable, right? Exactly. So, you can feel me. You know what I'm talking about. So the same thing, sometimes you can do free something for people who want free, but there are some people who want free all the time. Yes, exactly. And I'm not trying to put myself in a space where I'm only attracting freebie seekers. You want people who are actually really willing to buy. So like I said, I haven't taken it down, and you all can go there. You can take a look at it over at shop.sistasense.com. I was supposed to take it down this morning, and I was doing a whole bunch of stuff. But the 3-hour intensive, it's $30, and then the full 6-week training is there as well. It's actually half off at $97. It's going to $197, right? For the Maintain Your Momentum, we're doing 6 weeks, and we kicked it off with the 3-hour webinar last night. So again, that gave a lot of people an opportunity to, at a lower risk, have an opportunity to work with me, to learn with me. And then, there are some people who did the 3-hour and was like, okay, good, great, LaShanda, I got enough. I'm ready to, kind of just take this and see how I can apply it. And there were other people who said, I want more. What's next? Okay, so you want to be able to open up yourself to a larger audience. Thank you. Yes, shop.sistasense.com. And a part of the way you open up yourself to a larger audience is to reduce that risk factor. Okay, so far we talked about repetition, number 1, the rule of 7, understanding that you have to be able to, in a way that doesn't feel icky, but you have to be able to think about how you are marketing and how you are consistently reaching somebody so that they can consistently see what you're doing and get excited about you. Okay, now, it's funny, I wanted to mention to you guys before I went from repetition to risk, but have you seen the new Facebook buttons? That, you can say you like it, but you can say you're angry about it. It's so hilarious. It's funny. It makes you feel sad. You have other ways of expressing your emotions, right? Yes. So people have seen it. Good. So they look awesome. They look great. But one of the things that analyzers have been saying, okay, this is why you shouldn't use those buttons. Because what they're saying is that using those buttons, Facebook is able to track your behavior. They're able to assess the things that you find funny. They're able to assess the things that you find to be sad, make you angry, make you excited. And using those markers, they're able to better advertise to you. So behavior marketing, targeted ads based on your interactivity. Yes, Facebook knows everything, right? Targeted ads based on your activity is how people effectively use the rule of 7 as far as repetition is concerned. Well, one way anyway. So for example, there was one time I was looking at an ad and it had some really nice, curvy, urban, chic clothing. And then all of a sudden, everywhere I went, that particular company, I won't name it, I'm not trying to give them any plugs right now, but that particular company kept popping up, right? That is why Zuckerberg is a multi-billionaire. Listen, real talk. We just talking real right now, right? Right? But the ad just kept popping up everywhere I went. And, sometimes, yes, it can be a little annoying, but at the same time, for several days, that ad kept popping up. Piqued my curiosity to go to the store and start putting stuff in shopping carts to order the stuff because the repetition is there. Sometimes you may say it feels a little creepy, but other times, real talk, it kind of triggers you or reminds you that this is something that looked kind of interesting to me. And I kept seeing the same dress over and over. I was like, you said you were going to get that dress. Go back to that site and get that dress. Go look at that dress. Because literally everywhere I went, that ad kept popping up. And that's what the rule of 7 is. Whether you see it on Facebook ads or you see it on AdSense, Google ads, just in general, or you're watching commercials or you're listening to the same thing. Why do they play the same 3 commercials on the radio every single? Because that repetition is what motivates people to take action and buy. You hear it long enough, your behind is going to go and see what's going on. You're going to get curious about it, right? Which is why the rule of 7 is effective, okay? So if you're not applying that strategy in one way, shape, or form to your business, you're losing out because people are getting, they're consuming. I am sure psychology is used. Absolutely. There is a lot of psychologies in sales. And because we consume a lot of content online, I strongly believe that when it comes to the ladies in my circle, I got to be where they are. And whether they see me in a photo or a video or somebody's talking about me, there has to be some repetition. So I stay somewhere. Sister Sense stays somewhere up in here. And in that process, they come to me. Eventually, they come to me. I always say, eventually, they will come. So repetition is important. Like I said, inside of Maintain Your Momentum, we talked about different things that I do as far as smart marketing. And I'm actually showing the ladies how to put together a 7-day challenge, how to use email marketing, blog marketing, and social media marketing in a repetitive way so that their brand message is consistently going out. That's very important. And being able to consistently do that is one of the ways that I get people coming back to me. Your name came out of my mouth on my scope the other day. Listen, see, look at that. You hear me enough, you start to talk about me and with other people. Thank you, sweetie. But again, it kind of just speaks to that idea. When you hear somebody enough, you see them enough, you get excited about what they're doing. Not only do you talk about them, but in a lot of times you'll take advantage of what they have to offer. Okay. So like I said, we're kicking off Maintain Your Momentum. I don't know if you have seen it, but you can certainly go to shop.sistersense.com and take a look at the 3-hour intensive that I did last night. It's 6 whole weeks of webinars plus accountability calls. And I definitely want to help you with that process of your marketing, your repetition, and figuring out what you need to do. My son made over $500 last night. Oh, yay! At the event. That's awesome. Go entrepreneur. That is such a good look. There's nothing like making that revenue because once it becomes real, you go, yes, now it's time to take things to the next level. There's nothing like it. I'm so proud of him. Congrats. Yay. Congrats to you. So, okay, we talked about repetition. We talked about risk. Let's talk about the next one here because I've got 5 of them that I want to share with you. Let me see. Time check. All right, 2:36. Just kind of want to make sure that I'm staying on point here. Okay, let's talk about reasons. Okay, so reasons, that's the next one that I want to talk about. Why? Because your dollars are in the details. Okay? Your dollars are in the details. I kept telling him, shy entrepreneurs don't buy. Yay! And we watched your scope. I love it. I love it. I love it. You've got to be able to motivate, right? Which is what I'm here to do. And the fact that you can continue to do that with him and he's making revenue. I love it. I love it. I love it. So reasons are very important because you can drop it in the comment box or you can write it down. Your dollars are in the details. So I was working on one of my client sites very recently and putting together stuff in her shop. And I noticed that, she's got the graphic and she's got the title, but the information as far as what that particular product or service was very limited. I was like, okay, we need more. It's almost as if you feel like it was so much work to put that product out there. The fact that you have to come up with sales copy, it's like, oh, Jesus. This is just too much. I can't do it. But your dollars are in the details. The more detail orientated you are when it comes to the information you share with respect to your product, the better the sales, the better the results. Okay? So let me give you a great example of this. And this is something that I always share. One of my favorite companies when it comes to getting promotional products for my business is discountmugs.com. So like bags and pens and mugs and you name it, they've got it. It's just an awesome company. Now, one of the reasons why I'm loyal to Discount Mugs is that when I was starting out the process of creating promotional content, I went to different websites and a lot of these sites, well, not a lot of them, all of them, they're all online. So, when you're old school, you get up, you go out to your fashion district or you go out to your local district for entrepreneurs and you go to the stores, you talk to people, you find who can work with you. When you're an online girl like myself, you're looking at the websites and you're comparing them to see which one works better. And I bought the products from Discount Mugs versus their competitors because they had videos. Okay, they had videos for every single product. So not only could I see the picture of the product, but they had a person in the video. They were turning the product around. They were like, this is how big the bag is. This is what the pen looks like. They were clicking it so that I couldn't just read the details. I could see it as well. Okay, and that was the defining factor for me. Your dollars are in the details. So you want to think about whatever product it is that you're trying to sell right now. Why should I buy? Jane Doe, why should I buy? What's the reason, right? I want you to think about that. And not only think about it, I want you to start to jot that down. What are the reasons why I should buy? Okay. So as you know, it's all about maintaining your momentum. So in addition to every day for the next 30 days, me being on Periscope and sharing my marketing and sales strategies with you guys, I'm doing the 6-week Maintain Your Momentum training series, right? So over the course of several weeks, I've been telling people specific things that I'm teaching inside of Maintain Your Momentum. Some of the ladies came out to North Carolina in January. They participated in my Triple X Success workshop, and one of the things that they did was they created their own brand CDs. So in doing that, a couple of ladies says, you know what, I did the brand CD, LaShanda, I'm ready to do my next CD, but you share so much information, I can't remember how to do this thing, or can you remind me how to do that thing? So a part of maintaining, I have it on my landing page. Okay, awesome. A part of maintaining momentum, I said, well, listen, I'm personally launching my next set of brand CDs for the second quarter of the year. So if you participate, sometimes words come out of my mouth and I'm like, baby girl, you need help. If you participate, is what I said to them. If you participate inside of Maintain Your Momentum, for those of you who need a refresher on creating your own CDs, that's something that we're going to talk about. Okay. And so people signed up because they said, yes, I want that. Specifically, I'm not interested in the brand, the concept of, the brand name, Maintain Your Momentum. Because some of y'all just get fixated on selling your brand. This is my brand name. This is my brand name. Your dollars are in the details. So some people bought because specifically they were interested in the custom CDs. Okay. One of the questions I get a lot, how do you launch? How do you launch? I want to do a pre-launch. I want to do a post-launch. I want to sell my products. I don't know where to start. I said, well, listen, I'm going to show you inside of Maintain Your Momentum. I'm pulling back the curtain. All the products that I'm launching in the next couple of weeks and, the next month or so for the second quarter. As I launch the products, you can look at what I'm doing, learn from it, and implement. Okay, so people signed up because they want to launch the way I launch. Okay, so whether it be, the CDs, whether it be affiliate marketing, whether it be launching strategies, whether it be setting up the store, all these different things, I talk about one of them at a time. And every time I pick one particular aspect of my offer and talk about that one particular aspect of my offer, people sign up, not because of the overall brand, but because of that one particular topic that resonates with them. Okay, that's important. So I say that because, one, I want you to break your offer, the thing that you said, okay, LaShanda, this is what I'm trying to sell right now. This is what I want people to buy. I want you to break your offer down into its parts, which means that you don't every day say, buy my book because this is the name, because this is the author, because this is what I'm talking about, or buy my skincare product because it's going to help you with dry skin, and it's going to help you with dry skin, and this is the name of the product that's going to help you with dry skin, or buy my hair care product because it'll help you grow your hair long, because it'll help. Like, you have to be able to say more than that, right? And be able to break down your offer, whether it's a physical offer, a digital offer, or a service, break it down into the different aspects as to why someone should buy. Okay? When you can break it down, taking notes, when you can break it down, the more detailed you can break it down, however many ways you can break it down, that means you have multiple types of people that you resonate with. Okay? You just keep breaking it down. So if I can take maintain your momentum into its parts, and I have 15 different ways in which, or 15 different reasons why you should sign up, that means there are 15 different people with 15 different agendas who will go, that's the reason for me. That's why I want that offer. So I want you to be able to break down for yourself the 15 plus reasons why your product or service is the bomb.com, so that you don't focus on just always marketing that product or service holistically, but you focus on talking about one aspect of that product that resonates on a regular basis. I tell people that I teach as I reach. So as I'm teaching different types of topics on a regular basis, because that repetition is important. So as I consistently and repetitively teach the things I know about monetization and making sense of making money online, every single topic resonates with the different types of people. And then in the process of doing that, different people buy my offers. Not just because of one overall offer, but because it's an offer in particular that speaks to them at that moment. Speaks to them at that moment. So I want you to think about reasons why people should buy. Let me give you a good example of that, because one of the reasons why people buy is limitations, and there are just so many ways in which limitations factor in marketing and sales. So I was on Facebook, I want to say maybe 2 nights ago, and before I was signing off for the day, because I just kind of periodically go in and see what random stuff is going on, one of the ladies in my circle, Jay Stone, she is hosting Paracon in Atlanta in April. I'm going to be speaking for that. She said, listen, there are about 7 hotel rooms left, so if you haven't gotten your hotel, go and get your hotel. And I'm like, well, damn. I'm going to be speaking there. I would want a room so that after my session, I could rest my head down, and I'm really not interested in driving to location. I'll finally get to meet you. Awesome. You're going to be there? Good, good, good. So when I saw that message, when I saw that limitation, that was the perfect reason for me to stop whatever I was doing, go onto the website, reserve my room, which I did. So I know that I wasn't asked out. Forgive the negative words, but you know what I'm saying. So I knew that I had my room and I was good to go. So when you think about reasons, right, you want to, one, think about things that are relatable to your audience, but factor in limitations when limitations are relevant. Okay. So in that case, the limitation was specific to the number of rooms. The limitation could be specific to time as well. So yesterday when I was doing scopes, I said to the ladies, well, one of the things that I do when I teach and I share my e-courses is that I provide people with incentives to sign up earlier rather than, sooner rather than later, right? So one of the incentives with Maintain Your Momentum is right now it's half off at 97 versus the 197, right? So there were ladies who said, oh, okay, I'm going to sign up. I'm going to register now. And it's going to 197. I haven't changed it yet, just so that you know. But I will be changing it. But the point being, sometimes the limitation is quantity. Sometimes the limitation is time. So, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been talking about, in my emails and on my blog and now on Scopes, because I don't do Scopes that often, but I'm here. So I'm telling you guys about the different things that I'm working on. And as I'm telling you, I've been saying, well, at some point, the time stops once I start it, that it goes from that 97 half off to a full 197, right? So you want to think about if there are any limitations that you need to be able, you should be telling your potential customers and clients about, because those will provide them with reasons as to why they should buy sooner rather than later. Hey, what's up, Tracy? Resonating Workshop. Mwah. How you doing, sweetie? It's good to have you here. So when we did the 3-hour intensive last night, limitations actually is something that I did talk about as far as when you motivate people to buy, how you motivate people to buy, and at some point I talked about soft launching. I have what I call my Sister Sense money marker system. What's up, love? The money marker system, it's an Excel document that it's real hardcore. You go through the document, you put in how much you want to make, your revenue goals. It shows you what you need to do, how many products you need to sell, and we went through that process. So in the process, I was talking about like some products that I'm working on and doing a soft launch, and in the process of doing the soft launch, telling people, well, the reason why you're going to get this particular product at a reduced rate is because it's a new product, and then once I've gone from the, testing phase and the new launch phase, then it's going to go to the regular rate. Okay, so think about that for yourself, especially for those of you who are launching new things. Are you going to do a soft launch? And if you are, for being able to provide people with an opportunity to get things at a reduced rate, that's kind of something that's one of the things that we talked about yesterday. But I would definitely recommend you watch the intensive, especially if you want to catch up this weekend. We talked about a lot as far as money markers, being clear about your revenue goals. We talked about how to set up and sell online. I shared some of my essential e-commerce tools and essential products and services that as an information entrepreneur and service professional, these are the products and services that I specifically push and that I sell, that I feel like they just are essential. We talked about those, and then we also talked about smart marketing via your blog, via email, and social media. So again, you can go to shop.sistersense.com, whether you opt to take a look at the 3-hour intensive or just get the full 6-week training, because we are doing our accountability call at the beginning of next week. Every week we do accountability calls. That's certainly something to think in mind. Certainly something for you to keep in mind. That's what I wanted to say. I think and I talk so fast that sometimes the words get jumbled up. But I definitely want reasons. I want you to be clear about the reasons why people should buy your stuff. Okay? That's really big. Really, really big. So what motivates you to buy something is important, because like I said, there are ladies in my circle who signed up for Maintain Your Momentum, not just because of the general concept, because there was one thing in particular that was interesting to them. So you want to break down your offers into their parts and try to market not just the offer overall, but the specific aspects of the offer that may be interesting to people, okay? And it doesn't necessarily just have to be a information product or a training like I'm doing. You can do this with physical products as well, okay? It's something that you can do with different things. So remember, 2 statements I said to you. The 1, your dollars are in the details. And number 2, people buy when the why is clear, okay? So reasons are very, very, very important. So we talked about so far repetition, we talked about risk, we talked about reasons. I have 2 more to share with you guys before I wrap up. Reach. Reach is very important. Some of you are looking to get more people to buy your stuff, but your client base, the amount of people that you're reaching, the amount of people who are seeing your stuff is just way too small, okay? So one of the things that I want you to think about is how are you expanding your reach so that new people have access to you? How are you expanding your reach? You have to step out of your comfort zone. You're right, exactly. So you know what I'm talking about. You've got to step out of your comfort level zone. I always tell people your next level begins where your comfort level ends. And you have to be able to push, right? So Facebook ads, good, right? Because that's on my list. Advertising is definitely something that from the beginning of time, as an entrepreneur, you have to be able to extend your reach and you have to advertise. But what's one thing that you may or may not have realized when it comes to Facebook advertising, right? Yes, Sora Mag, you need a bigger reach. Fun ads, speaking to people in the stores. Okay, speaking to people in stores, I like that. One thing that you may have noticed when it comes to the trending topic, or I shouldn't say topic, the trending strategy of ads is not to simply advertise a product. Not to simply advertise a product. So you'll notice that, when you look on Facebook, I would say 80% of the Facebook ads don't simply say, here, this is a great product, buy it. Some of them do. And in those cases, when you notice when they're just hard selling a product, they are more than likely a company that's established and they have the investment capital to just straight out the gate say, buy my product. But when you look at individual entrepreneurs using Facebook ads, the vast majority of them are using lead magnets and advertising not a specific product, but something they want you to try, something that they find will provide value, something that they can use to capture you and then create a conversation with you. Because guess what? Once they get you on their list, they're going to use the rule of 7. Didn't I just tell you about the rule of 7? Once they get you on your list, they're using the rule of 7. Repetition, repetition, repetition. They're giving you an offer, they're getting you excited, and then they're going to continually talk to you and share value with you and provide promotions with you and opportunities for you to, join them live via a webinar, via a scope session like this. They're going to give you. And in the process of giving, they get results. They get ROI, return on investment. So I did a scope session 2 days ago, and I talked about creating your 3-step marketing plan. And I gave you guys an example. I said, let's say, for example, you were looking to get $100,000, you're selling a $100 product, right? And I said, I'm just going to give you an arbitrary number, 20,000 people. Let's say you reach 20,000 people and get a 5% ROI, meaning that 1 in every 20 people you reach takes your offer, okay? Then you're able to say, right, if 1 in every 20 people of 20,000 people buy my offer, that $100 offer can generate $100,000 in sales. Okay? I know it's a little bit of math, so you may have to sit down and write it out. But you got to reach. And this is a 5% return, and that's pretty damn good. Okay? That's you doing some hella good copy to be able to convert consistently 1 in every 20 people in a group of 20,000 people to buy something from you. Okay? Right? So I'm saying that because if you're not reaching 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 people in one way, shape, or form, or if you're not consistently repeating yourself so that every day you're reaching 50 people, 100 people, 20 people, 30 people, so you can say over the course of a month you've reached 1,000 people, you are not going to get the kind of results that you want. You're not going to get enough people converting and buying from you, okay? So even as you mentioned Facebook ads as one way to expand your reach, realizing that a lot of entrepreneurs are being very intentional and strategic about the value offer that they provide. And they're not selling you a particular offer and saying, well, buy it because I'm awesome and I know everything. They're like, try it. Try before you buy. It's one of the strategies that I teach. Try before. They're like, try it. Sign up for it. Read it. Download it. Watch it. Take advantage of it. And if you love it, let's talk. Let me keep giving you value until you're ready to buy. Because one of the things that I teach, and I have a training, it's called Converting Browsers to Buyers. I tell people all the time, people don't buy when you're ready for them to buy. They buy when they're ready to buy. Okay, so the repetition and the consistency is crucial. I do that with sponsored posts with my freebies, and sponsored posts is definitely something that you do as well. But of course, if you're going to sponsor a post and get people to come to the website and read the post, I hope that you've got some sort of mechanism to capture them at one way, shape, or form. So in addition to reading the post, you get them so you can bring them back. That's important. That's important as well. Yes, good, good, good. So sponsored posts are always, effective, good strategies as well. But for those of you who are listening here, the concept that I want you to really understand is that you have to expand your reach. And people do that in a lot of ways. Some people say, you know what, I'm going to build my credibility with a book. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to write a book, and that book is what's going to get me on stage. That book is going to get me, sitting in front of one of the celebrity spokespersons of today. That book is going to get me into becoming an Amazon bestseller. That book is what I'm going to use to leverage myself and get more exposure. Right? Some people use books. On my training yesterday inside the 3-day intensive, I talked about creating your own virtual series. Okay? I won't go into it here because I'm already way over time. But I think every entrepreneur should have, again, what I like to call your own virtual series, so that on a consistent basis, you are building your exposure and reaching more people. Okay? I have people who come to me and say, well, LaShanda, I'm reaching out to you because I watched your video. Or I'm reaching out to you because I saw you were going to Paracon. I'm reaching out to you because I listened to I think it was at the ending of last year, I did a podcast interview for Rosetta Thurman. She's the creator of Happy Black Woman. I'm reaching out to you because I saw that podcast interview. They're finding me in different ways and then reaching out. Right? So if your reach is limited, if you're only doing one kind of thing online, if you're doing nothing offline, these are all factors that contribute to your ability to be able to have more buyers, to convert more buyers. So one of the smartest things that I did, real talk, was create my own social network, the BBWO Network for Women Entrepreneurs, which you can take a sneak peek at over at mybbwo.com. When I realized that my reach had to be a large enough reach for me to be able to, not to convert everybody, but to consistently convert to convert, what am I trying to say? When I realized that I needed to have a consistent conversion, I had to create a space for my target audience, which is why I created the BBWO Network for Entrepreneurs, because that allowed me, awesome, I'll see you when you come back. That allowed me to consistently have a pool of people to speak to, and in that process, the right people found me and I found the right people to work with. Okay? So how are you expanding? How are you reaching? Not just one way. I hope there's not just one way. You got to have multiple ways to reach people, okay? And you have to be able to say that you have not 50 or 60 or 100 or 200, that you're reaching a couple thousand people. And then you can go from a couple thousand people to a couple 100,000 people to 500,000 people to multiple millions of people. That's the process that's going to help you convert. Okay? The people who make the most amount of money have loyal followers that they've built over time. Building a community, that's one example. Like I said, being able to leverage a book, that's another example. Creating your own virtual series, that's another example. Speaking, going out to events. Like I said, I'm going to be at Paracon, and whenever I go out to events and people will say, oh, I saw you at so-and-so, and oh my God, you're so awesome, I never heard of you before. Being able to step out and create different opportunities to reach people is essential to the growth of your business, is essential to you being able to convert browsers into buyers. So here's the last one. Okay, the last one that I'm going to share with you guys before I wrap up and head out today, because I got to pick up my little one, Mr. Man. He's about to head out from school. The last one is results. Okay, results. People buy because of results. They buy because of results. So I tell you guys, I'm a web designer, right? And a lot of times when people come to me, they say, I want to work with you because you built so-and-so site and it looks fabulous. So if you did that for them, oh my God, what are you going to do for me? Right? So I don't know about you, but I love to sit down and watch random videos. I was watching a random video on Facebook of this dude, and man, can he cut hair. Like, damn it, he could cut hair. So he did like a compilation video of about 5 or 6 women, and you see him cutting their hair, and they look fabulous. Never mind, they got perms, and I can't do that stuff. But he's so fabulous in what he does that people go, I want you to cut my hair because that shit is just the bomb.com, right? Folks are like, yes, 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 I saw that, I saw that. I mean, people do that all day, every day, right? But the results motivate people to buy. I want to buy what you have because I saw what you did for somebody else. A perfect example of that, my girl LaShanda Cross. LaShanda is one of the awesome ladies that are a part of my power circle. When I have events and I want to bring out successful women entrepreneurs to teach, LaShanda Cross is one of those ladies. And I always say, LaShanda kills it. Because when you see her on Instagram, when you see her on Google, when you see her on Periscope, when you see her on Facebook, she's got these power pictures of her speaking at events, of her just bringing down the house. And so she is consistently getting speaker gigs because people go, damn, I saw what you did at so-and-so events. I need you to come speak for me. What results are you visually and or verbally, yes, LaShanda with a D, L-U-C-I-N-D-A, LaShanda Cross. What results are you visually or verbally sharing with people to motivate them and get them excited about buying your stuff? So one of the ladies in my circle, she sells travel, and she was a part of my coaching. I had very recently, I wrapped up the Blogging for Business Mastermind Intensive, another 6-week training that I did, right? And so while we were on that, I talked about different ways to use your blog, create kick-ass content, and just motivate people to buy your stuff, right? So that was what Blogging for Business was all about. So new follower, awesome, welcome. So for one of the ladies, again, she sells travel. I said, listen, I know that you've worked with some heavy hitters in the game, right? And I see that you post pictures of you traveling, but I want you to post pictures of them traveling, of your clients doing some awesome stuff, going to awesome spaces with their groups, being just above and beyond amazing, showing how much fun, how much camaraderie, how much value the experience was working with you and you helping them create the travel event of their dreams. What if it's a digital service? The same thing holds true. If it's a digital service, you just want to be able to, at the same time, you want to be able to show people the results that you're providing, right? If it's a digital service. So, when I say people participate in my digital trainings and they're able to finish a CD, they're able to create a magazine. They're able to, one of my clients, she came out to my Triple X Success and she was like, oh my God, LaShanda, you'd be so proud of me. Look at all the graphics that I made after your training, and I didn't know how to do this program and I didn't know how to do this, but now I'm empowered. Even if it's a digital thing, you want to be able to show people the results that people are getting. The proof is in the pudding, as they say. That's going to motivate other people to be excited about what you do. That you can apply that to just about anything. So like I said, with the example of my client who does travel, I said, I want to see, because I've seen some of the awesome pictures of the clients that you've worked with, show their experience, their travel experience. That's going to get other people excited about working with you. It's kind of like when you watch those commercials. You ever see those Disney commercials? And they're just beautiful. Like the perfect family. They're having the perfect experience. You see them hugging on Mickey. You see them on some crazy ride. You see them hugging up on each other in the hotel or in the dining room. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, damn. That is the result that I need. I need to be relaxed. I need some family time. I need some Mickey time. Bam, I'm there, right? So you want to be able to either verbalize or vocalize the visuals of the results, because that's what gets people excited. Oh my gosh, you know your stuff. Well, listen, marketing is across the board. The fundamentals of marketing do not change. It really is that maybe, your industry is slightly different than mine. But again, the fundamentals of marketing are all the same. So like I said, I do want to teach you the specifics of how I'm launching my products. I'm talking about affiliate marketing, repurposing your content, setting up your store, we did some fun things yesterday. One of the things that we did yesterday, I showed ladies how to create subdomains. So like when I say go to my website, go to shop.sistasense.com so you can see the Maintain Your Momentum series. You can sign up for it because we're just starting. That is a subdomain. And I love to create those because subdomains are easy to say. They're easy for people to remember. And you want to be able to find easy ways to motivate people to buy and get to specific places that you want to send them to. We did that yesterday as well. But in the process of me teaching and sharing the results that I have for myself, some people say, I want your results. Yes, shop.sistasense.com is a subdomain, and that's one of the things that I taught yesterday. I showed the ladies how to create those. In addition to me showing the results, or people saying, I want to work with you because I saw the website you did for somebody else, or I want to work with you because I saw that you had an event and I missed the event and I want to participate. People also say, I want to work with you because I want to be like you. Like real talk. Like I have ladies who are like, I know I'm 55 and you're 36, but I want to be with you when I grow up. Right? So yesterday, one of the things I talked about there are 3 types of clients that I work with that I recommend you reach. Okay. And one type is the type of client who wants to be like you. And real talk, the result of me sitting in my porch, working from home, creating information products, creating membership websites, creating blogs, having clients. I know I got to wrap up. I got 3 minutes because I got to go. My results, like that Bosley commercial when the guy is like, I'm not only the creator of Bosley, I'm the best customer. You remember that commercial, y'all, when you watch Bosley? He's like, I'm not only the creator, I'm the client, right? I am my biggest result. I am my best example of what you can do and how you can motivate others. 3 types of clients, right? Yes, one of them is customers who want to be like you. I talked about that. I broke it down in more detail inside of the intensive. So watch the intensive. I'm telling y'all, you need to be a part of Maintain Your Momentum. But the point being is that whether you are your proof or other people are your proof, you need the results. You need people to be able to see the results because that's going to motivate them to want to buy, to try, and participate in whatever it is that you're trying to sell. Okay? Okay. So I gotta go because I've got to pick up the little one. Maintain Your Momentum. It's my 6-week training series. Like I said, you can take a look at it at now.sistasense.com. This is why testimonials are powerful. Absolutely. And there are a lot of ways to use testimonials other than just kind of putting them on your webpage. I'll talk about that more later. But testimonials are very important. So like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to think about repetition, the rule of 7. You want to think about risk. You want to think about results. You want to think about reasons, and you want to think about your reach. Okay, so those are the 5 R's that I want you to think about. If you're interested in Maintain Your Momentum, you can take a look. You can go to now.sistasense.com if you want to participate in the whole thing. Like I said, it's half off right now, and it's going to be twice the price very soon. I can't change it right now because I literally have to go pick up my son, but I'm going to up the price of Maintain Your Momentum. Right now it's half off. So if you want to register, you can do that for the whole thing. Or you can say, you know what, I want to do just the 3-hour intensive, which right now is $30. But once I get back, I'm taking it offline. So the 3-hour intensive is actually a part of the whole training series. But some ladies just kind of wanted an opportunity to try. So I gave the 3-hour intensive, which you can watch. And if you watch it and you say you're excited, you can participate in the whole 6 weeks. Or you can say, you know what, LaShanda, I want the full training series, and then register for the whole thing. Both the 3-hour and the full training information about that is over at shop.sistasense.com. I will continue to be on Periscope all day, every day for the next 30 days. And if you miss my scopes, guess what? All the replays are a bonus inside of Maintain Your Momentum. So you get access to the replays that I'm doing with these scopes. Like this one today was awesome. Hopefully you enjoyed it. All 30 days, in addition to the actual trainings we do and accountability calls that we're doing every single week. So guys, I gotta go. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.